Good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Green, and this evening we're going to continue our discussion on overcalls. And unfortunately, Tuesday, I don't know what happened to the video, but you will just hear a little bit more from me tonight. For those of you that weren't here last Tuesday, I'm going to go over overcalls again. I want to go over with you before we start on BBO, the hands that you played this evening. There are three reasons why we overcall. The first reason and the main reason is that it's lead directing. You want the lead of the suit. And in order to lead the suit, you need at least 2 of the top 3, maybe 4 honors, but preferably 3 honors. And what we do is we add up the length of the suit, and I'm going to type it at the bottom of this hand so that when you come to see it, you can take a photograph. Okay? You add up the length of your suit plus, not points, the number of honors. So if your suit is ace, queen to 5, which is the length of 5 cards, and you've got ace, queen, or 2 is 7, that means you can bid it at the 1 level. When I overcall at the 2 level, my overcalls are 6 card suits at the 2 level, because I add up the length of the suit, which is 6, and 2 honors is 8. And that's what you use for your guideline for preempts, weak 2s, 4-level openings. You add up the length of the suit plus the number of honors. But overcalls has a very big range. And this is why people are very scared to overcall. I don't overcall 4-card suits. I really don't. I mean, it's really got to be really good, like 3 top honors if I ever overcalled a 4-card suit. We should never be overcalling 4-card suits, even as an advancer. Now, I want to talk about the range. When I was trained for world level bridge by the late Peter Leventritt from New York, he was a fine bridge teacher. And he said to me, this is a bidder's game, and I want you to overcall, to dive in and dive out at the 1 level, and you will never drown, because people don't really double you at the 1 level. And you want to tell your partner what to lead. And I really stuck by that. And I mean, I've really done well when I was playing an overcalled a suit with King Jack to 5, as long as I have an entry in the hand. An entry is an outside ace or king. And I just get in and get out. I just want partner to know that's what I want led. And I really picked up so many points because my partner would never have found the lead if I hadn't overcalled. So that's the first principle. The second one is that you want to take away the space from the opponents. It's very important to take away their bidding room. Don't give them an easy time to tell each other a story at the bridge table. So if you take away the space from them, that's another advantage of overcalling. And then your third reason is you may buy the contract. You might sacrifice. It all depends on vulnerability. So those are the 3 requirements. Number 1 is lead directing suit. Guarantees at least 2 or 3 of the top honors, at least a 5-card suit at the 1 level, a 6-card at the 2, etc., etc. Take away their bidding space, and the last one is maybe to buy the contract. Are there any questions before I demonstrate the hands to you? No? Okay, very good. I'm going to share the screen with you and go over some of the hands this evening that we have played. And here we go. I'm sharing the screen. This is hand number 2. I want you please to look at the vulnerability. The dealer is east. And the dealer is not vulnerable against vulnerable. So it goes pass, pass. And in standard bridge, nobody would open this hand with the spade suit 3rd in hand. So if we didn't open, I open 2 spades and pretend that I have 6. I'm 3rd in hand. I'm not vulnerable against vulnerable. So if the bidding went pass, 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 and this hand opens, one no trump, very simple. And I don't know if this hand would come in with hearts. It depends on what your system is and your style. And the next hand's going to bid 3 no trump. And it's very simple. 3 no trumps the contract, and they're going to lead a heart. But I'm going to go back because I want to show you when you're not vulnerable against vulnerable, that is the best time to try and operate. And I often do that when I'm third in hand, and this is my best vulnerability. I'm not vulnerable against vulnerable, and I would never do it in the first seat or the second seat, but third seat, I'm prepared to take a chance. I just pretend I have a club with a spade, and I open 2 spades. I know you promised 6. You can always tell partner, not on BBO, but if you're face to face, when you put your cards down, one day you can put the club with a spade and then she won't shout at you, okay? So it goes 2 spades, and now this hand's going to bid 2 no trump. And it's going to go pass, and it's going to go 3 no trump. And this changes the whole dynamics of this hand. Having got in third hand not vulnerable, I like to be short in the other major, by the way, but I haven't got wasted points in hearts. If I had any honors in the heart suit, I would never open 2 spades. But having nothing in the hearts and only 8 points, I'm sure someone's got a lot of points coming in. And there I would just take a chance and open 2 spades. Well, at least I've given my partner the lead. Now, if we had to play this hand on a heart lead, and I'm going to play it 2 ways, okay? The first one was without bidding spades. They're going to lead the 7 of hearts. And that's simple. We're playing in no trump, and we're going to win the jack. What is our main priority in no trump? Is to keep our winners and dig up our treasures. And our treasures are in long suits. And our long suit on this hand is the club suit. So I look at my hand and I say, I've got 1 spade trick, the ace. I have 3 heart tricks, the jack, the king, and the ace. That's 4 tricks. I have 4 clubs, or 8, and I think I'm bound to come to 1 diamond trick or 2, which is 9 or 10. So my main priority now is to keep my winners, and there are 3 ways to play out no trump. The one way is promotion, which is this hand here, knocking out the ace of clubs. Another one is finesses. And the last one are long suits bring in tricks. Well, we don't have that problem on this hand. We're going to play the high card from the short side first. And knock out the ace of clubs. They don't have to take it. I don't mind. And you're going to throw away a spade. It doesn't look enticing. And they may duck it, which they should. And you're now going to play the 10. And now they definitely are going to have to take this trick. And they're going to come back their partner suit, the 5 of hearts. You have 2 cards left. We always come back a doubleton. They win the king. And now, before you play the club, before you take your ace of hearts, you must keep control. The ace will make later. My ace of spades will make later. My clubs will make later. I need to get out the ace of diamonds. This is another form of promotion. So we won the king of hearts. We're going to play the 3 of diamonds to the jack. Then we're going to play the 10, the high card from the short side first. Well, they're going to take the ace. There's no reason not to. And now they're going to knock out the last heart. And I don't mind what they play. They could have played a spade. Didn't help either. And now all you have to do, the rest are yours, and you're going to make 11 tricks on this hand. You've got the 2 club tricks, the king of clubs, the 9 of clubs, the king, queen of diamonds, which will take care of the 7 of spades and the ace of spades, and you're making 11 tricks on this hand. I'm going to undo the hand for you, and I'm going to show you what happens when you get a spade lead. All because you decided you can't keep quiet. You're not vulnerable against vulnerable. And when you're in that position, you should try and operate. Try and tell your partner what to lead. If you don't have a lead directing suit, don't worry. Don't do it. But this is really a nice hand to come in with the lead. So we're going to do this again. And the bidding is going to be played in 3-no trump. And we're going to have to lead partner suit. What do we lead? When partner bids a suit, you never lead the highest card. If you have not supported partner, you always leave the lowest card to show 3 or 4 cards in your hand. It does not promise an honor. Partner needs to know how many cards are in declarer's hand. If you played high, partner would think you've got 1 or 2. Then they'll think that declarer's got 4. So it's always right to lead your lowest card when partner bids a suit and you haven't supported partner. Well, you've got to put up the queen, right? It's all to nothing. They put up the king and you give it to them. Then they're going to play the jack and you're going to give it to them. It's called a hold-up play, which we're going to do later on in the year. Now they're going to come back a spade. Now, this is also part of next week's lesson. There are 2 outside suits besides the spade suit. We've got hearts, clubs, and diamonds, and we want to be able to tell our partner where our entry is. It's called a suit preference signal. If you come back the 10 of spades, your entry's in the hearts. If you come back the 8 of spades, the lowest one, your entry's in the club. If you come back the 9 of spades, your entry's in the diamond. So you come back the 8 of spades, just to give partner a message. And now what are we going to throw away? I suppose a heart. I don't know. Maybe a diamond. Now you've got to get out the ace of clubs. Once you play the queen of clubs, the whole hand falls away, it dies. And now they're going to win the ace and cash their 2 spades, and you're going down when you could have made 11 tricks without bidding 2 spades in the 3rd seat, everybody. So how's that for getting in and making life hard for them? They're never going to make it. They've got no chance. They've got to get out the ace of clubs. That's just because you have to operate, not vulnerable against vulnerable. But it's a lead directing suit. It has at least 2 of the top honors and a 5-card suit. And that's what you want partner to lead. And you have the entry. Are there any questions on this hand, everyone?
Yes, Linda, I have a question about the bidding.
Sure.
I need to know, what was the rationale for West opening with the 2-no trump when they have
for North?
that
for North, the 2-no trump.
Oh, it was North.
North with 2-no trump over 2 spades, because North is treating it as
well,
if
that's what I mean. It was 2 spades.
Right. Let's talk about that. When people make a week 2 opening, whether they open 2 diamonds or 2 hearts, you treat it as if they've opened 1. So when they open 2 spades, how am I going to show my 15 to 17 points and a spade stopper? I have to make the cheapest bid, and my cheapest bid is 2-no trump. 15 to 18. I can't let them steal from me. I have to tell them I've got 15 to 18. And that's what it is.
But that was North, right?
Yeah, North had to bid 2-no trump. North did bid 2-no trump. It went pass, 2 spades, 2-no.
I think maybe she wants to know why West opened a week 2 with 5 pieces.
I told you, because we're 3rd in hand. We're not vulnerable against vulnerable, and I want to steer my partner to lead a spade.
Okay.
And I pretend I've got 6.
Got
Only
it.
because I'm not vulnerable against vulnerable. Now, on a normal day, I don't like to have the heart suit. I like to have 1 or 2 hearts. But on this hand, my vulnerability makes me feel like being frisky, and I'm going to open 2 spades for fun. We've got to have a bit of fun at the table, you know, but with judgment, you know, this is judgment. I want to lead him a spade. I don't bid 2 spades. My partner's leading a heart and they're making 11 tricks. So that is why I did it. Third in hand is sometimes it's important to give a lead directing suit. I mean, there are a lot of, this is also one of the lessons I give workshops on, past hand bidding. I sometimes might even open a good 4-card suit because I want that lead. If it's gone past, it's called past hand bidding. Your partner's passed originally, and you have a third in hand. I don't want to open a club because I've got 4 little clubs to the 7. I'd rather open a heart with ace, king, jack to 4 hearts, third in hand for a lead, and that can make or break a contract. So it comes to past hand bidding. It's so important when your partner's a past hand. I would never do it if my partner was not a past hand. Never, ever. But that's why I would do it. Past hand bidding. You must get in the bidding there. You know the last hand's got points. Does that help you?
Hey, Linda, on
Yes,
this,
definitely. Thank you.
I think that's the most important thing, is because your partner's passed. I would never do it otherwise. Never. Okay?
hey, Linda, on this hand, instead of bidding a no trump, why wouldn't North double?
Because you don't double the opening suit when you don't have tolerance for all 3 suits. When you double a spade, you promise at least 3 hearts to an honor, and you only have 2. You guarantee tolerance for 3 suits, and you don't have heart tolerance. So you got to be short in spades. If you took the 5 of spades and made that a heart, you can double, but you cannot double without hearts, because you're guaranteeing 3 suits. It's the 3-for-1 sale. Okay?
What happens if North would not have held back the ace?
Holds up the, hasn't got the ace of spades.
If they had not held back, if they had taken the king right away?
Taken the ace right away. Nothing. She didn't, North doesn't know who's got the ace of clubs.
No, I mean of spades.
I know, but North doesn't know who's got the ace of spades. I always hold up because I've only got 1 stopper. I want to make sure that the person who may have the other aces doesn't have any more spades. I want to sever communication between the 2 people, that the one hand will have no more. So I often do a hold up play, and we're going to do that later on in the year, why we should hold up and when we should hold up, so that by the time they should get in, there's no more. Taking the first one leaves in communication with each other. So that's why you should hold up. You should never take the first one. Okay?
If you say so.
I promise you we're going to do
No.
it in detail. There's a
Okay.
reason why. You want to sever communication. Let's say the ace of clubs is in the east hand, for argument's sake. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, when you held up, east can never get to their partner, because now after holding up 3 times, they've got no more spades to get to their partner. And now you're going to make the contract. So therefore, it's essential to know that you should try and sever communication between the opponents, that they won't have the suit together, that they can communicate. That's what a hold up play is. Hold up, hold
thanks.
up. Okay?
Can I add? Hello, Linda. It's Bronya.
Hi, Bronya.
How
You
are
got
you?
tell some more. Anything to say?
You know, the concept is that basically you're exchanging tricks with your partner, right? So when you get in a situation when you're cross-referencing, your partner's taking a trick and then you're taking a trick, whether your partner is the dummy,
Oh
or
my.
your partner is a defender, or whether a partner is a defender, you're always trying to communicate with the dummy, communicate with your partner. So when we talk about holding up, it's all about the communication. So what do you want to do? You want to always increase your communication and cut down on their communication. Hope that made any sense.
I think they understand. I think when we do hold up plays later in the year, they'll enjoy it better.
Yeah, it's just the concept of communicating with your partner.
Right.
In the
To
big-
sever communication that
play,
they
in
can't
the play.
communicate.
Right. Everything that you do in bridge, you are trying to communicate with your partner to tell them what you have in a legal way. They are trying to communicate back to you to tell you what you have in a legal way. And then you play the cards in that fashion.
But
Okay.
if the ace of clubs was in the east hand, they could never ever get to their partner. Because once you held up 3 times, they've got no more. And then you would make 3 no trump. So that's why you try to hold up. So you sever communication that they can't communicate with each other. But it was not to be. All right. Any other questions?
Linda, may I ask about the Jacobi transfer, please?
Yes.
Now, you mentioned that you alert your partner. Now you do that through your keyboard, right? If I want to do a Jacobi transfer, then I'm to alert my partner. That's what I'm doing.
No, you just alert the suit you're going into. You don't alert as an alert. You just press at the alert area. You put in the suit you want your partner to bid. So if you bid 2 diamonds over 1 no, partner, you have to write hearts. So their partner knows partner doesn't know that, but you're telling everybody it's hearts. If you bid 2 hearts, you put down spades. So that's what
Right.
the alert is.
Right. But
but
I
in
guess
this case-
I still don't understand how to tell my partner that.
You don't tell your partner. If your partner plays Jacobi transfers, we always put the suit below.
Okay,
Because we never want the strong hand to be the dummy, ever. We
right,
try to
correct.
bend over backwards, not to
Yeah, I
have
had
a
several
strong-
of those tonight where I didn't have opening points. I didn't have a lot, but I had a couple that if she had it, she could have bid it. So I was just wondering how we did Jacobi transfers here. Now, suppose you're playing.
I want to mention one very important point about that. When the opponents open a suit and your partner overcalls a no trump, you pretend that there was no suit ever opened.
Oh,
That is the most important thing you need to learn. And you pretend they've never opened. Everything is on. Stamens on, transfers are on, everything is on as if they've never opened. So that is an important point to remember. Anytime
Okay.
the opponents open and your partner overcalls a no trump, you pretend there was no opening bid and everything is on. So over 2 no trump, 3 clubs is stamen. 3 diamonds transfer to hearts, 3 hearts transfer to spades. Everything is on.
And
Okay.
Linda,
Yes.
overcalling a 1 no trump is still showing 15 to 17
No.
points?
15 to 18.
Okay.
15 to 18. Okay.
thank you,
Okay.
Linda. Appreciate it.
Good. That's important. I
Overcalling,
always make a point of that people must remember. You forget they've ever opened and you treat it as if your partner actually opened 1 or 2 no trump. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get into these week 2s. They're not vulnerable. South is not vulnerable. We have a beautiful 6-card suit. You'll get the notes about suit quality. You add up the length of the suit, which is 6, plus the number of honors, which is 2, not the points. If it adds up to 8, that is a week 2 at the 2 level. If it adds up to 9 and you have another diamond, you can open 3. If you have another diamond, you can open 4. And that is what your guideline is for week 2s, preempts, overcalls. It's called suit quality. The notes will be given to you tonight. You will see them. It's really important. It's a great guideline for you. So on this particular hand, South is going to open 2 diamonds. We do not have to alert it. It is standard bridge that everybody seems to play week 2s. If it's not a week 2 and it's Flannery or some other system, then there's an alert. But standard 2 diamonds. You may have an entry, you may not have an entry. Now I want to talk about the west hand. There is no week over week. So West has got a pretty good hand and a 6-card suit. So if you add up the West hand's points, you've got 9 in the spades and 2 for length. It's 11. You've got the ace of hearts is 4, is 15, 13, 14, 15, and you've got the queen jack. I don't count the jack of diamonds. This is a pretty strong hand. Now, I said to you before that if the opponent opens a week 2 and you overcall 2 spades, it's as if they've opened 1 diamond. But this hand is too good to overcall 2 spades. So what you do is you jump. And this is called a strong jump overcall. There is no weak over weak. If they're weak, you're strong. If they're strong, you weak. So when partner jumps in her suit over a weak hand, it's called invitational. It shows about 15 to 17 points and a 6-card suit. Now the north hand can't support, right? If you bid 2 spades, north could bid 3 diamonds. But now you can't do that. So north's going to pass. And now we always show support with support. Here you have a doubleton diamond. You have an outside ace and queen jack, and you have 3-card support for partner. And this is what one of you asked me. When do we show support after partner overcalls? I'll always show support. I don't care what happens, I show support. And now I'm going to bid 4 spades. And this is what I want all of you to learn tonight. There is no week over week. If they're weak, we're strong. If I've got a 12-point hand or a 13-point hand, I would overcall 2 spades, 2 diamonds, 2 spades. But this hand is just too good. And now we have to find the lead. Are there any questions on this strong jump overcall? We've been doing just straight overcalls, but tonight I wanted to show you the difference between a weak 2 diamond and a strong jump overcall. Any questions on this bidding?
Yes. Is there any danger of your partner, if you go to 3 spades, is there any danger of your partner thinking it's a weak 6-card?
No, there's no week
suit
over
lead?
week. No week over
Okay.
week. We never preempt our
Okay.
partner. Never. If they're weak, we're strong. If they're open and they're strong and you jump, you weak. So that is what I want to get across to all of you tonight. Okay? Just remember, can never be 2 weak people. Never.
Did you say you should always support an overcall with 3 cards, or you have to have a lot of points as well?
Well, I like to have 6. As long as I've got 6 points, I always support. I wouldn't do it on less than 6 points, but I like to show support with support.
Even
the
though that
reason-
might be only
Yes.
16 altogether.
I can't help that. I look at shape. I don't know how good my partner is. I have no idea. She may have great shape. And I told you shape's number 1. So
Okay.
as far as I'm concerned, my partner can never upgrade her hand if she doesn't get support with support. I've seen so many games missed.
Yeah.
People, it happened today. I was running a game and they missed so many games. They had 4-card support and the partner bid twice and they never went to game.
Wait.
It's just not bidding. And I need you people to start learning this is a bidder's game. If your partner can show this strong hand, you've got to show support with support.
Thank you.
So let's look at the hands together.
Linda, can I
Please.
add something?
Yes.
It is absolutely the most important thing to support your partner when you have their trumps. It's the most important thing. So you have to, you just don't, if you have 3 cards in your partner's suit and 6 points, you always bid. If you have 4 cards in your partner's suit, you must bid. It's your responsibility. Your partner will never know that you have 4 cards in their suit. And a 9-card fit is very powerful. If you have 5 cards in your partner's suit, you know that you have to bid, right? Because now you have a 10-card fit. Okay. Thank you.
%. I keep saying it's a bidder's game. So we must bid. We cannot let people lie there and play at the one level. I mean, it's so sad. All right, we're leading the 2 of diamonds. Our partner bid the suit. Now, the 2 does not necessarily promise an honor. I told you when partner bids a suit, it's length. You need to show at least 3 or 4 diamonds. If you leave the king of diamonds, it shows a doubleton, top of a doubleton. Now, looking at the hands together before we play, we're going to count our losers. In the spade suit, we have no losers. In the heart suit, we may have 1 loser. In the club suit, we may have 1 loser. And in the diamonds, we have 2 losers. The hearts look pretty nice. I mean, they really do. So at this stage, let's see how we go. You never know what's going to happen. Third hand high. You never know if there's a singleton king in the clearer's hand. And now looking at the hand, you're going to come back a diamond. And partner wins the king. All right, so that's 2 tricks gone. What's next on the agenda? Looking at this hand, if you play a heart, they're going to put up the queen. If you play a club, they're going to duck the club. And if you play a trump, they're going to ride it to their hand. One thing is definite. You know you cannot give a rough and a discard. You know partner had 6 diamonds and you have 3 as 9. And you know there are no more diamonds in the west and no more diamonds in the east. So what I teach all of you, what you don't see in the dummy, you don't play. What you don't see in the dummy, you don't play, and you'll never make a mistake with a rough and a discard. So now you've got to do something. You've got 2 choices. You can either play a club or you can play a spade. I don't mind what you do. You want to play a heart? I don't know. I don't like to play hearts with queen, jack, 9, and I have the 10. If you play a club, they're going to duck the club. So let's see what happens, okay? You're going to play the club? They have to duck it. They've got no choice. And they're going to win the jack. All right? Now they have to see what else they can do. They've got to draw the children off the streets. We do not know how the spades are going to behave. And we've got no idea what's going to happen in the spade suit. So let's try. We've got a 6-3 fit. Now, we're not sure whether we should play the king. I think we'll play to the jack, just in case. Okay, all the trumps are gone. Well, now it's not going to bother me to take a heart finesse. I might as well play the queen of hearts and see what happens. And now we're going to learn about when to cover an honor with an honor. When you see the jack, if you cover the king, they can finesse the 10 to the 9, but they've only got a doubleton. So you should not cover the first time. You should never cover the first time when you see the second card. There you go. Now you can't play the jack. You don't have the 10. There you go. All right. So now we need to do something else. Are the hearts going to break? We don't know, but we're stuck in our hand. Did you see me play the 10 of spades? You see my 5 of spades is my entry. I don't want to touch the club suit. I'm going to play the 5 of spades. That's my entry to the 6 of spades. Entries are everything in this game. Now play the 7 of hearts and hope they break 3 and 3. There you go. And now you don't lose a club trick and you can make 11 tricks. You go to dummy with the ace of clubs. And now your hearts are all good. If they weren't good, you'd give up a club and then you would make 10 tricks. And that is called suit establishment, setting up that long 5-card heart suit. And you make the rest. Okay, are there any questions on this hand? I want you to remember, there is no weak over weak. If they're weak, you're strong. And you cannot overcall 2 spades. Your hand is too strong over 2 diamonds to bid 2 spades. But it's got to be a 6-card suit. If it was a 5-card suit, I would bid 2 spades. But being a 6-card suit, I can bid 3 spades. Any questions, everyone? No? Everyone's happy?
Yeah, great lesson, Linda. Listen, I wanted to say one other thing. I love that you come to this game. I love the way that this game is run. It is so much fun. We talk about it in the office every day. The next day, I go over all the boards with Javanthony and Jordan, who play in the game. And I really want to encourage you to go find your local club. Go find your local club and go play in your club. It is fun to play at the club. You just go to findaclub.com. I mean, not findaclub.com, acbl.org, and then find a club. So I encourage all of you to go find your local club and then come back to the community game and tell us how much fun it was.
For
Right?
sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing like face-to-face, nothing like seeing people and socializing. And
Holding
having
those
some
cards in your
fun.
hand. Holding
Huh?
those cards, holding the cards in your hand. It's
Right.
it's a different game.
All
Go try
right.
it out. You will love it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So we're going to get on to board 6. If there are any questions, I'll answer them about the other hand. But I think this is a lovely hand to really destroy the opponents. They are vulnerable. We're not vulnerable. And they're all going to open this hand 1 heart. Now, I don't want you overcalling 2 diamonds. When you have no entry, no outside ace or king, you should learn to make a weak jump overcall. Now, weak jump overcalls are usually, because there's 2 level jumps, okay, you can't preempt with a 7-card suit. Sometimes you have a 7-card suit and you have to bid it at the 3 level. But this happens to be a 6-card suit with at least 2 of the top honors. We have 3 honors. And with no entry, and you are not vulnerable, you must take an action now. Let's have fun and destroy the opponents and bid 3 diamonds. That is weak. If they're strong, you are weak. And that is what I want you all to remember. The hand on your right has an opening hand. You are weak, and you're telling partner you have at least a 6-card diamond suit and nothing else in the hand. Now we have a problem. If we never made this weak jump overcall and we bid, let's go back, and I'm going to undo this hand because I want to show you how easy it is for you to do the following. If the bidding goes 1 heart and you bid 2 diamonds, which most of you would do, the west hand might make a negative double, saying, partner, I've got spades, but I don't have enough points to show you my spade suit. It guarantees 4 spades, not necessarily 5, but that is called the negative double. So when it goes 1 diamond and you double and it goes pass, now partner's going to bid 2 spades. And now they found their fit. And if you think you can bid diamonds again, okay, they are going to get you 3 spades. And now, why are they going to 3? Because the law of total tricks says we have 9 trumps between us. I'm not going to leave them there. And you go to 3 spades. And now they're going to make 3 spades. But if you bid 3 diamonds, they're out of the bidding. They're vulnerable. They can never come in. The east hand can't even come in because East King of Diamonds is dead. You're sitting over them with the ace queen of diamonds. So the king of diamonds isn't worth the full value. So they can't even come in over that bidding. So when this happens now and you preempt a weak jump, overcall, you're going to buy it for 3 diamonds. Now we're going to play the hand 2 ways so you can see how easy it is for them to play in spades. Well, you can't exactly lead the ace of diamonds because you haven't got the king. So on this hand, I'm either going to lead a club or I'm going to lead, I have to lead a club because they've bid hearts and they've bid spades. So I play middle of 3. Ask me, someone's asking a question.
Who's that?
Who's asking me a question? No one? Okay. All right, we're going to play the jack. And they're going to put up the ace. And what do you think they should come back? Their partner suit. They've got a doubleton. And we win the lowest of touching. The lowest of touching. Now you're going to play the ace. And now if you play the queen, you know that declarer's got none and you're going to pick up the suit altogether. So that doesn't help you either. If you come back the queen of diamonds, which is your trick, declare, the opponents won't trump it. They're going to throw away a card. And you're going to trump it. Okay? And now they're going to play the spades. How are they going to play the spades? Well, they've got no singleton in each hand. Remember, I told you before that if you have singletons in your hand, don't expect anything to break. But when you've got no singletons, let's hope they break 2 and 2. We're going to draw the high card from the short side. You never know what's going to happen. Then you're going to play another spade. And you're going to put up the king and play that they break. There you go. And what are you going to give up now? The ace of hearts. And you make 3 spades. Easy. Let's go back. What happens when you go and undo and really destroy them? You come back on this hand and you bid 3 diamonds. No one can get into the bidding. Nobody. First of all, you're not vulnerable. Second of all, they cannot show a negative double, because negative doubles, the higher you force your partner to bid, the more points you need. So if partner bids 3 diamonds and you want to show spades or values, you need a lot more points in the hand. And you've only got 5. So I don't suggest it's a good idea, or 6 points, to come in and rather just bid 3 diamonds and finish them off properly. So let's look at 3 diamonds. I think 3 diamonds is a great bid. No entry, block them out, pass, pass, and pass. And now they're going to lead a heart. And we can look at the hand. They're going to win the ace. And I'm going to teach you a little trick today. I'm going to show you a little trick. You've got to finesse the king of diamonds, right? They opened, and you put in the queen. Now we know who's got the king, but we don't know how many, do we? We don't know. So we've got to get back to the dummy. Now looking at the losers, we have 2 spade losers. We have 1 heart loser. We're setting up the hand with the long diamonds, okay? The long diamonds. We have 2 spade losers. We have 1 heart. That's 3. And we've got 2 clubs of 5. But we've got to make 3 diamonds. Well, we can try and work it out, and I'm going to show you my little trick later. Let's go to dummy. We're not going to waste our time with the finesse. Don't ever waste your time. They've opened the bidding. If the king is on your left, you're still going to have a club loser. So let's go to dummy with the club. All right? And let's do the diamond again. We have no idea how many diamonds they have. Well, we didn't know that. All right? So we're going to draw their last trump. And now everything hinges, okay, on how you play the club suit. And now you can do anything you like. They can play hearts and your trump. They can play spades and your trump. Everything depends on how you play the club suit. Now, if the king of clubs is in the west hand, they're going to take it. So play a club. Do you think they've got it if they play the 10? I don't think so. So there is a thing called the line of restricted choice. If the king does not come up You must play the hand on your right for a doubleton king. Putting up the queen is losing bridge. They opened the bidding. They didn't have the ace of hearts. All they've shown up was with the king of diamonds. Take them to have the majority of the points. If they don't have king doubleton, it doesn't matter anyway. And now you play what's called the line of restricted choice. Let's pray it's a doubleton. And there you go. And now you make your 3 diamonds. You don't lose 2 club tricks. And now all you lose are 2 spades, 1 club, and 1 heart. And you make 3 diamonds. And this hand goes to prove to you that you've got to get in the bidding, especially not Vol against Vol. If I'm all vulnerable, I'm still bidding 3 diamonds. I want to jam the opponent so they can't find their fit. And they had a beautiful spade fit and they can make 9 tricks in spades. Any questions, everybody?
But I have a question on another hand.
Sure, what number?
8.
Sure, I'll put it in. Anybody want anything to do on number 6 before we go?
Could you explain why the West bid she did not say 2 clubs because of the 3 diamonds? I guess she couldn't
You mean
say
why she didn't bid 2 spades over?
spades. Yeah, because there was the 2
You can't over 2 diamonds, 2 spades shows 11 or more points. He hasn't got 11 or more points. That's why we play negative doubles.
So she doubled, and the double
Shows 4 spades and not enough points to bid at the 2 level, but she could have 5. Now, she could have more than 11, but you can't bid a 4-card major. That's why we play negative doubles. You can have 20 points and still make a negative double, but not if you have 4. If you have 4, you have to double. So you don't have the points to bid at a 2 spades. You have not got the points. The minute you bid a 5-card suit at the 2 level, it's 11 or more points. Okay?
Okay, double.
Negative double. The best thing you can do, double.
Okay.
Double. All right, let's look at hand number 8. Sir, can you tell me what happened?
Well, it is, we were playing north-south, and when we saw the hand at the end, we're wondering if there was a way to, we'd like to see the best way to bid this hand, because it seemed to us like maybe we missed something, that this hand, we should have been able to bid it, so that we were the declarer and dummy, and we didn't get that way.
Okay. So did they open the spade?
Yes.
Okay. So you've got choices. I would hate to bid 2 clubs when I don't have my suit quality and bury the 4-card heart suit over the major. I can't double because I don't have 3 diamonds. To double and bid, let's talk about the big double, which I discussed on Tuesday, the big double. In order to show 18 or more points, we double first and then we bid our suit. If we doubled on this hand and then bid clubs, if partner bids diamonds, we're showing a very strong hand. It's called the big double. We cannot double. We don't have 3 diamonds, and we don't, so we just have to pass for the moment. You can't double. You just cannot double, because what are you going to do if partner bids diamonds in a 4-2 diamond fit? To double and bid shows 18 or more points. That's what a big double is over an overcall. So you're going to pass, and this hand should bid 2 spades. Please show support with support. I don't know how many of you are playing 2/1. A lot of people bid no trump to show forcing no trump. I don't know how many people play 2/1 in this game. I really don't know. I don't think anybody should play it at this level. I think we can do it so much better later. Okay? Right. So over here, it goes 2 spades, and it goes pass, pass. And now we have the situation of balancing. And now what are we going to do? We're going to balance. We have to balance. If they fit, we fit. Right? If they fit, we fit. So you got to do something now. Now you're going to double, only for one reason, because you're not showing the big double. An original double and a bid shows a very strong hand, but now you're balancing. So it's going to go pass, and partner's going to bid 3 hearts. And now the west hand with the singleton heart might bid 3 spades. And that is what I love to do. I love to push up, maybe to go 1 down. And we've done our job. Just push them up to go down. Is this what happened, sir?
No, that is not what happened. What happened was North bid 2 clubs, they bid 2 spades. South did not feel there was enough points to bid 3 hearts blind on the heart holding of the North hand, pass, and the hand was played out in 2 spades, and I don't think they made it, which is why they didn't make it. So, which is why, you know, they didn't make 2 spades. So, I mean, I just thought there was something here, but so what you're saying is a balancing double. Can you
A balancing double.
Can you explain that in 25 words or less?
Yes. If they fit, we fit. If they support each other and their bidding has died at the 2 level, we've all got to take an action. And if I never had 4 hearts, I would bid 3 clubs. If I never had 4 hearts and I would bid 3 clubs. Just because I know that if they fit, we fit. But because of the 4-card heart suit, I'm going to just double and hope. So I never let the opponents play. That's my bridge religion. If they fit, we fit. So anytime the bidding dies at the 2 level, I'll guarantee you, I never let them sit there in comfort. Never. I push them 1 up to go 1 down. And if I go down, I'll get a good score. Even if I don't make it, they might make 2 spades, but I don't care if I go down. I go down 50 or 100 and they make 110, I'm getting a good score. So it's very important about balancing. That's something we need to go over as well. It's a great lesson, balancing.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much. I believe I
Okay, now
understand.
number 9, somebody wants number 9. I see in the chat. I'll put that up and then I'll say good night to everybody after this list, after this hand. If you want to read hand number 9, okay? Can someone please tell me what happened on hand 9 that they wanted to discuss it? They want to discuss the bidding, I presume.
Yes, we want to discuss the bidding, and I don't remember what happened.
Okay, so the bidding went 1 spade, right? It went 1 spade?
Yes.
And it went pass? I don't bid 2 clubs on 5-card suits. It's not my style. And it's going to go pass. And now this is the balancing seat. We have to do something. And we don't have diamonds. What are we going to bid in the balancing seat?
Clubs,
Double.
Never. We have to double.
double.
And we've got no choice. Because 1 no trump is a very weak bid. 1 no trump with the spade stopper. And hope your partner balances in diamonds is 11 to 14. This is called the 4th seat balancing bid at the 1 level. A 1 no trump says you're borrowing a king from your partner. So that would be the perfect bid if you didn't have so many points. So on this particular hand, if I had 18, 19, I would maybe bid 2 no trump. But when I have the invitational medium hand, I double first. So I would double. And then this hand now is going to bid 2 diamonds.
Oh, wow.
If they want. They're not vulnerable. Showing 2 suits. Okay. And now East is definitely going to bid 3 clubs. Without a doubt. It's a beautiful suit. One's partner's doubled. And I think that is where you're all going to be playing in 3 clubs. What was the end result, love?
Hey, Linda, so on this one, we had a completely different bidding. I was west, and I bid East bid two clubs, then then I as West bid 2 hearts. I wasn't sure what to do, and then
Okay, so let me tell you what you should have done. When my partner bids 2 clubs showing a 6-card suit, and I've got these tricks, I'm bidding 3 no trump immediately. I take my partner for 6 club tricks. I've got 2 hearts is 8 and the ace of spades is 9, and hope that my partner balances me in diamonds. That's what I would have bid 3 no trump.
Okay, we ended up with 4 clubs making 1 over.
Oh no, I want to be in 3 no on this hand. Anytime my partner bids and I've got all these quick tricks, I'm getting to 3 no trump as fast as I can. I'm either playing in 3 no or 5 clubs, but I'm not playing in a part score. You've got such a good hand with that singleton.
Right, so I left at 4 clubs, my partner passed, so that was disappointing.
That's not a good idea.
Okay,
But
thank you.
I don't bid 5-card suits, you see. I play suit quality. And my partner knows when I bid at the 2 level, I have a 6-card suit. So that's a matter of style. I've seen people get doubled and go for 800 when they overcall 5-card suits. And they go one way. I have a singleton in my partner's suit and I've got all the clubs and the hearts and they go one way. So that's what happened. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
It's a hard hand to bid in the balancing seat, but you've got to take an action. And you cannot bid a 4-card suit ever on this hand. You're forced to double, and then you take it from there what happens, okay? All right, I want to thank everybody for coming. I hope you've all had a good time. I'm going to stop the recording. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Linda.
Oh, thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.